What's going on, society? So, whoever this message is for, I know that it will find you at the right time it's supposed to find you. Now, on to the message. I'm going to be talking about being planted, okay? And for those that, can't even get it out, I'm stuttering. For those of you that are wondering, or that have seen my videos and are wondering, Q, who are you? Are you a pastor? Are you a preacher? Are you a motivational speaker? No. I am simply an advisor to myself, okay? And I share the advice that I give to myself with the world. So if you benefit from it, that's great. Now, I must say that none of this comes from me myself. It all comes from Source, Life, God. Has many names. However, I believe it's all one thing. Now, on to the message. So for those of you that have been watching my videos, stick with me. Okay, this one may be long, it may be short, I'm not too sure, but I want to make sure I get everything in about this topic, okay? Because this is actually a really good topic. This is actually a really good thought. This is really good insight that came to me, okay? Being planted. And when I say being planted, I mean being seated in something, okay? Staying in something through everything, through the good, bad, the ups and the downs, okay? And this came to me, I believe, because I wasn't allowing myself to be planted. So stay with me. I wasn't allowing myself to be planted. And when I say planted, I'm talking about the whole process of planting. So let me just give the example, like a plant, okay? Let's say a tomato plant. A tomato plant, you plant, you have the seed, okay? The seed is what you get first. You get the seed, you plant the seed into the ground. You put the seed in the ground, cover it up, the seed stays there, okay? The seed stays there through the water, the rain, dirt, mud, sunshine, everything, okay? And then it grows, it gets the nutrients from the dirt, the water, sunshine, everything, okay? Being planted, that seed was planted, and because that seed was planted, it grew and it harvested tomatoes. It got tomatoes. However, it got those tomatoes from being planted. Now, the reason I'm talking about that is because I feel like I haven't been planted in my life. I've seen different things. I've seen different things from different people, and I've always wanted to do that. So let's say I would see a basketball player on TV, and I say, oh man, I want to play basketball. Or, I just ran into contact with a fashion designer. And even though I've always wanted to, make my own clothes, obviously the society can't see it because the light is blinding, forget it. Yeah, the society, I always wanted to make my own clothes. I'm like, man, I want to have my own clothing line, even though I always wanted to do that anyway. Music, I see documentaries or see music videos and be like, man, I want to make music, I wasn't planted in anything. I'll give another example, like being single. So yeah, I'm single. However, I wasn't allowing myself to be planted in singleness. So yeah, I'm single. However, I would still like approach women, or try to get their information so we can stay in contact, or try to hang out with them, invite them over at night when I'm feeling lonely. Not being planted in singleness. So you may be asking like, Q, so what does being planted in singleness looks like? What does that look like? Because I thought being single was having the freedom to do all of those things. So being planted in singleness to me looks like this. It looks like through the good and the bad, I'm staying. And being single. Or not even I'm staying, but through the good and the bad, I'm being single. I'm single through in the good and the bad, staying single. So the good, is doing whatever you want, going to the gym, at any time you want. You're free to come and go as you please. The good of being single. Now, the bad may be, okay, it's nighttime and you just want someone to lay with, but, be single, be single. So just lay there by yourself. That's being planted in singleness. Through the good and the bad, you're not wavering. You're staying single. So when I want to come and go as I please, I'll do that. I'll be single. And then at nighttime, when it's time for me to lay in the bed alone, I'll do that instead of maybe texting someone or asking someone to come over. Hey, can you come over just to keep me company? No, I'm going to be planted in singleness. Now, that was one example. And the reason I say being planted in singleness is because for me, I wasn't allowing myself to get the nutrients that I needed to get from being single, which is, I believe, why I'm still single. I'm not allowing myself to get these nutrients from being single. I'm not allowing myself to absorb what I need to absorb from being single. And that is like being able to be fulfilled by myself, being able to be satisfied being by myself. Those are the nutrients that you get from being single. Being able to focus on something instead of, worrying about something else. Okay, I'm not allowing myself to get the nutrients from being single. Now, as I said earlier, I was all over the place. Okay, all over the place, wanting to do different things. I was all over the place. And I want to say that in planting, there is a phase called seed dispersal, or there's a process called seed dispersal. Look it up, research it, don't take my word for it. Okay, there's a process called seed dispersal. And what that is that's the seed just being blown anywhere. The seed can be from its parent tree. The tree grows, it falls. Not the tree. Oh my God, the tree doesn't fall, but the seeds from the tree fall. Okay, the seeds from the tree fall on the ground. Now, seed dispersal is when they get scattered away from the parent tree. Okay, so what I want to say here is, you may be a seed that's being dispersed. Like, you may just be blown from the tree simply because you're not able to get the nutrients that you need at that location. So that happens, seed dispersal happens because the seeds won't grow properly in that location. They won't grow properly where they fell. So for those of you that have been feeling like, I've just been all over the place. I'm not too sure like what my life is about right now. I'm not too sure what I'm going to be doing in life. I'm just not too sure about life at all right now. You just may be in the seed dispersal phase. And I want to say this. That's also a part of the planting process. That's also a part of the planting process. I didn't think so. I didn't think it was a part of being planted because I just didn't feel like I was planted. I'm like, well, I'm not planted. How is that a part of the planting process if I'm not planted? Like I said, seed dispersal, okay? Even though I'm all over the place, it's to get to a place where I can be planted. So could be the same thing for you. You may be getting blown every which way. You may be all over the place. But it's to find that one place where you can then settle. And you can settle into that place. And you can start to be planted. You can start to get the nutrients from the dirt, the rain, the sunshine, the mud, everything. You can start to get those nutrients that you need in order for you to harvest. Because I was putting my energy into all of these things, like I said, music, basketball, music, sports, just all of these different things that I was seeing. And I was wondering, like, where is my harvest? Like, where's my harvest? I'm putting all this energy into these things, but I'm not seeing the same harvest that other people are seeing. It's because I wasn't planted in those things. You know, seeing the harvest from being single is being fine with yourself, being fine with being by yourself, you know, still having fun, still enjoying life by yourself. And you know what? I do that, you know, and that's from being planted and being single, you know, being planted in whatever you're doing. So, for example, you know, there's a boxer by the name of Shakar Stevenson, a young guy, and you know, he's getting the harvest from being planted in boxing. You know, that was what he wanted to do. He focused in on that. He was planted in that, and now he's reaping what he's sown. So, yeah, I believe that's really what I want to say. Like, be planted in what it is that you want to do, and then once you have been planted, then you will start to see the harvest. However, don't fret because you're not planted yet, because that's also a part of the planting process, being dispersed, you know, being put in different areas to see if that is a good spot for you to be planted. You know, you may have had 10, 15, 20 jobs and you still like, I still haven't found one steady job. It's because you're being dispersed out to find that one location where you will be planted, where you will be settled in, you know. Or you may have had a lot of different relationships with so many people. You're like, why can't I just find one person to be with? Because you're being sent out to find that one person that you will settle with. Okay, but you gotta be moved around first. You gotta be moved around. Why? Maybe, you know, you're just that particular. Maybe you're just that special of a seed that, wait a minute, I gotta move you around a little bit more than everybody else to make sure you get the right amount of sunlight, to make sure you get the right amount of rain, water, to make sure you get the right amount of everything, so you can grow, you can flourish, so that harvest can be bountiful. So, like I said, this is a long one. I wanted y'all to bear with me, but I hope everything that I needed to get out came out. With that being said, I want to thank you for watching, and I'm sending positive vibes your way.